Industry changed and is changing the world that we live in. We found new ways to make life more efficient. Inventions from many people came into light and changed the way life worked. Steel, the backbone of the industry. Industry looked to inventions and energy for ideas in the mid to late 1800s. It started with the steel industry. Steelmaking took a very long time and had to be made out of special Swiss iron. The new steelmaking process was developed by William Kelly and Henry Bessemer, which allowed any type of iron to be used. Because of this, steel output increased 500 times between 1867 and 1900. Steel started replacing iron materials such as buildings. This allowed people to build more sturdy shelters. In the late 1800s, another new invention changed the world once again. Edison and electricity. Efficient generators, or machines that produce energy, were created in the 1870s, and Thomas Edison found the most uses for electricity. In 1876, he opened a laboratory in Menlo Park, New Jersey, and employed many assistants whom he organized into groups to do research. Edison received more than 1,000 U.S. patents, which is more than any other individual inventor. Edison's most famous invention was practical electrical lighting, which was safer to use than lights before and lasted more than twice as long. By 1882, he had installed electric lighting in a half-mile square area of New York City, giving people the ability to stay up at night without wasting a candle. By the late 1880s, Edison's factory produced about 500,000 light bulbs a year. The light bulbs made life easier by allowing light to be able to be had whenever and wherever. After all of his light bulb production, it allowed New Jersey to be named the center of innovation. Bell and the telephone. Samuel Morse invented the telegraph in 1835, which allowed people to communicate via Morse code over long distances by using electrical impulses. People then started adding on to the idea, such as Alexander Graham Bell. Bell and his assistant, Thomas Watson, created a major addition in technology with their invention of the telephone. The telephone allowed the user to transmit a message to the receiving end by use of electricity. The telephone changed society by creating contact between more people and allowing the country to become closer, not distance-wise, but socially. By 1880, more than 50,000 telephones had sold. The switchboard allowed more people to connect to the telephone network. Women commonly held the job of switchboard operator. The African-American inventor, Granville T. Woods, improved the telephone and telegraph systems. Inventions change industry. There were many new inventions that changed industry in the way that we did things from then to now. The sewing machine, which was worked on by Elias Howe in 1846 and Isaac Singer in 1851. It became a bestseller and it allowed for ready-made clothes to begin to be sold. In 1867, the practical typewriter was invented by Christopher Latham Scholes. It opened jobs for women and was sold to a manufacturer who started producing them in 1870. Margaret Knight invented machines for packaging and shoemaking. Inventions changed the way people live by making certain aspects of life easier and causing more time for other things such as leisure. The end.